Welcome to WoolTalks. And of course, here is also my fictional boss story sheep, as usual. And I'm very happy today because I have my colleague Anu Nylund from Mood of Finland here with me, and we will be talking with Anu about sustainability in tourism. And I have been working together with Anu already quite many years, and we are both Visit Finland academic coaches here in Finland, and we are also now starting to work together even I don't know even more in the future, and we will be talking about that as well today. But now, please, Anu, share with us what is Mood of Finland. What do you do?
Yes, hello. Thank you for the invitation, Anne. It's very nice to be here with you. And well, my company, Muda Finland, it's dedicated for the educational and touristic services. And I'm specialized in responsibility. That's my main item, and it's the main value in my companies. Um, well, all I'm doing, it's based on responsibility. And well, as we are here together with you, nowadays I dedicate mostly in educational services based on well, service design and responsibility, and in tourism sector especially.
Yes, definitely. Do you see that is this sustainability and responsibility? Are they different words or do they mean the same thing? Because I have been using quite a lot this word sustainability, but is it a same word kind of thing?
Well, they are basically the same,
Mm.
but if we are really exact, I would say that we first started talk about sustainability since 1980s, and it was the same dimensions have been since then, the ecological, economical, and sociocultural sustainability. But then, when the time was passing and tourism industry was growing a lot, there were some people noticing that there's something missing. And in 2002, they decided to describe the new word responsibility because they wanted to add some more content to sustainability and to remind that it's not only ecological but also about taking account the local people and the local communities. That was a little bit missing till 2000, and that's why we nowadays use more responsibility than sustainability.
Mhm.
But it's totally okay to use any of the two words.
Oh, okay, that was very good thing to know because yeah,
Mm.
I certainly didn't know that. And what is sustainable responsibility, let's say, in tourism? What does it mean for you? You mainly work together with tourism companies, and so what is the responsibility in tourism? What does it mean?
Oh, it's really big question, but I try to explain it very
Mm.
shortly. Uh, I would say that we still talk about the different dimensions, as I was mentioning. So there is ecological and the economical, but nowadays we want to talk more about social, cultural, and ethical responsibility as well, and not forgetting safety and security in tourism business. And when we open all those dimensions, uh, we actually are making choices in our business in such way that we are trying to find the most responsible way to act. It's very easy to understand, for example, that are you choosing electricity when you are making the contract? Is it produced by fossil fuels, or is it produced not fossil? That's one example. So we take all the dimensions and then we make the choices in responsible way. It's continuous development. I would say that there's no company 100% responsible, because you need to continue developing your business all the time.
And times are changing all the time, and yeah, different
Yeah.
different things happen in the world, as we have seen lately these
Yes.
years.
Yes.
So what do you see, at what are the trends at the responsibility uh, happening at this time? Where are
I
we
would
going?
say that um, as we have started to talk about sustainability and then came responsibility, now we talk more about consciousness and also about regenerative tourism. And it's so we are like taking the next steps in that way. And it doesn't mean that we are not acting in responsible way, but there's something new coming up, and it's about a little bit change in the mindset. And the mindset basically is changing because of the values. The values are changing, and the society around us is changing, and we are more aware of about many things that we were not thinking about before. For example, biodiversity is new thing that we are talking a lot now, but we didn't talk about it so much a couple of years ago. And now we are in at the moment that we need to start thinking more holistic way, and understanding that we are really part of the whole ecosystem, and we can't go on just talking and talking, but we need to be more active uh, in that way, that the future will be good future for the next generations as well.
Mm.
But it's quite complex thing, and that's what I can explain you very
Mm.
shortly.
Mm.
And of course, there's many other trends that we can see. For example, virtual traveling, and trying to weigh the ways that we are causing as less emissions as possible. And the climate change is one of the biggest challenges we are facing in our generation. So of course, this is the trend that still keeps on uh, existing in tourism business as well.
Interesting how it's going to affect what is the future of tourism. What do you think
Mm.
about that? How do you see that? Where are we
Uh,
heading?
I'm quite convinced that this regeneration is one solution, because I like the way it's focusing our thoughts to the holistic way of living as well, and understanding that now we need to understand that we need to produce well-being to ourselves, to the tourists, to the communities, and to the nature. And tourism can be one answer in that way, that the services can be developed in that way, that actually the visitors coming to the places, they are leaving the place a better place than the place was before the visit. So
Mm.
changing a little bit totally our way of thinking. I need uh, um, a huge possibility in this kind
Mm.
of development,
Mm.
and also breaking the walls, and not having so much borders, but working together with different industries. So not only staying in our tourism bubble, but breaking it, and trying to find the new ways to work together with other industries as well.
Mm. And that's very, as a story designer, I find it very beautiful story happening there when thinking about this regenerative tourism, that you are kind of, yeah, affecting your surroundings, and yeah, making uh, making a beautiful impact to the place that you are visiting. What do you see is the biggest challenge for companies when they are taking on the responsibility and trying to communicate about their responsibility? So, what have you seen that is the biggest challenge these days?
Well, I think the biggest challenge is that the companies are not actually not communicating a lot about what they are doing. So they should make the good actions visible and make the customers also feeling and knowing what the company is doing. I would say that's the main challenge. And of course, as well, if there are communication, in many cases, the communication might be a bit boring. It's not very inspiring. Maybe it comes from the thinking that a responsibility is something very official, and it's not so creative or inspiring part of the company's action. And I would say that this is the main challenge at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And these things are something that we have been talking quite a lot lately because we have been doing this work together. And actually, we have written an article together to this business media in Finland called Bonfire, and we talked about this. How can companies use storification, story-driven service design, and start turning also their responsibility doing into more of this story experience that customers can join and find out about the responsibility and also uh, be responsible when they are engaging with the company in different way. And this is something that has inspired us so much that we have now created a training program for Visit Finland Academy and for tourism companies here in Finland. And of course, we are doing this interview now together in English. So we are very happy to say that we are available also for English workshops about this subject. And maybe we try to somehow summarize what is this coaching that we are doing, what is it about. You said that we are doing together this, that we both come from the background of service design. I'm doing this storification, story-driven service design, and I have this story path, what I'm using in my workshops, and we found out that it's quite good match to your responsibility path, should I say, and
Mm.
how we can start kind of combining them together.
Yes, I find it very practical way, uh, practical and an inspiring way. And I suppose it's going to be the same for the companies to find a way how to find their own actions and how they can start to communicate and find by your help also the storification tool and make it more um, well it's going to be like I suppose more inspiring for the customers as well. They are not no more black and white thinking, but seeing also new ways of communicating about responsibility because it is not black and white. It is something that every company can find one's own way to communicate, and I suppose that's the added value we offer.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, we can, it's very, as you said, very practical workshops. We are helping companies and entrepreneurs to find their responsibility very practical way from the customer journey what is happening in each touch point, how is responsibility happening in this place, how it's happening here. And when we have found out these uh, places where it's happening, and then we start turning those touch points and those uh, service moments into engaging story for companies, customers.
Yes, that's it. And of course, normally the companies, they do have something that they have been specialized in uh, because of the place where they are operating. For example, in Finland, we have companies in Lapland, and they certainly have specialized somehow, for example, in local community, for example, Sami culture, or there are other companies that they are based in coastal area, and then water and the Baltic Sea is the specializations point in their company. So I find it very beautiful as well that we can find those special locations and the stories behind them.
As you said, you can also differentiate by choosing from all your responsibility doing the one thing that you want to kind of add more to your brand and more to your core story, that this is how we are showing up in this responsibility, and sharing it through your company's core story. What is happening? Is it some kind of I don't know, little elf creature getting the water out of the sea and making it more responsible that way, whatever it is.
Mm.
Yeah, it is. It's good thing that I think that the companies have not. I think maybe I think at least in Finland, I think that companies have not thought so much about how they can really add the responsible doing to be part of their core story, part of their story experience, and part of their brand. So,
Mm, yes, that's true. That's true. I don't have any example to give you either.
mm, yeah, but
And
that's
and
why
I
we are.
think
Yeah.
and it's good reminder that the companies, they don't need to tell everything in this kind of communication work. They can choose the highlights, and then the customers they get interested in, and afterwards they will find out the rest of the doing. And that's what I think has been one of the new ideas I have got when speaking with you.
Mm. Yeah, that's good. Thank
Mm.
you. Yeah, it's very, and this has been so inspiring, I think, for both of us. And I think that it was very good moment for us when we find out, okay, that you have the story path and you have this responsibility path, and how does this, yeah, go together? Really much looking forward to that we can start working with companies and starting to, yeah, help them really take their responsibility further, and also that how we can make it, yeah, more engaging for customers. I think that there is something that we can even make somehow customers more responsible when they are finding out that the responsibility can be fun.
Yes, definitely. I do agree totally.
Is there something else, Anu, that you would like to add to this Wool Talks this time?
Um, well, I can only add that I'm very happy that we are starting this cooperation, and of course we are doing this because we want to help companies, and we do have the tools to offer,
Mm,
and we have our experience to offer. And this is the way how we should work more, not only thinking about what I'm going to gain by doing this, but thinking more widely that how
mm,
can we do more things together. And I think that's one of the nicest parts as well when we are offering this kind of coaching, that we gather the companies together and they can share their experiences and what they have been learning and how they are going to act. And I think we are facilitators in this way as well.
Mhm. Yeah, that's beautiful. And thank you so much, Anu, for taking this time. Yeah, it's been so inspiring to work together. And and I think that we are gonna have this Finnish material come out soon. And I think that we are gonna uh, work so that we are gonna get the English material out also quite soon about these training programs and this, yeah, what we can offer also in English. And of course, always this we can do it through Zoom or Teams. And these days we are able to travel anywhere you you want us to come. Yeah. So thank you so much, Anu. Uh, yeah, let's stay in touch. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for inviting, and we will be in contact. Bye bye.
Yes. Bye bye.